So let's continue our discussion on leadership and teams. Now that you have your team, you've started to organize yourselves better, you're building trust. How do you make sure that you're on the same page? Well, there's an interesting way of doing this. Teams traditionally, and I've seen this in other organizations and organizations that I've worked with, basically are a group of people. And we need to transform them into a cohesive team. Now, the way to do that is to create alignment, and alignment comes from target image and clear direction. Now, how do you achieve that? Dictation won't work. So my recommendation, and this is what I've used for many, many years, get these individuals in a room, ask them to list all the items that they think are important, that they think they must accomplish, and you will be surprised when you get the list from all your functions. And there is no way, and they will understand that, there is no way the company or the organization or the operation has enough resources to fulfill all of them. So then you have to somehow group them together, categorize, simplify. And the model that I'm going to show you in this next segment will clearly explain to you how this is done. So enjoy. So once you have your team together, you ask them to put up on a digital whiteboard or a physical board if you're in an offsite meeting all the issues that they face. And here you can see many, many issues come up. There are many, many examples here of things that the team feels is holding the team behind, holding the operation behind. It's too much to do. And I'm sure these are all important things. And the key here is to how to simplify things, structure things so that the team can stay focused. So the next step, as you can see what we're doing here, is to group things as best as we can without really giving a subject title. And as we group things, you'll see they're falling into areas that are similar. So you see here, these are now groups, and each of the groups can then be given a name. So for example, top left, you can see supply chain, cost, customer, quality and safety, of course, lean, and then people. Still too many for us to be dealing with to keep the team focused. So what you can do is you can further group them together. We don't need customer because if we solve these operational issues, the customer issues will resolve itself. And you can actually put people, supply chain, and cost very much under the cost group. So here you have your target image. Safety, quality, cost, and lean. Easy for the team to stay focused. And if you take safety as an example, you can then go into what should be the things you should focus on. So no LTA, with quality, no field issues, with cost, backlog reduction, retention issues. With lean, you can have 3 issues here as an example: streamline the processes, visualization, and 5S. And if you want to go to the next level, let's take backlog reduction. You can have improved planning, and you can have supply chain issues. So this is how you should work with your team to create a target image, and then you can use this target image throughout the organization. So I hope you've enjoyed the model. It looks rather simple. To some extent it is, but the important thing is getting people in a room, getting them to open up, getting them to discuss what they think are the priorities, and then grouping them, listing them, come up with your target image, like in the example that was shown. Now, once you have this target image, my recommendation is make it the logo. Make stickers, stick it on back of laptops, put them on your operational boards in your operation, and keep talking about this target image. Now, as you saw in the segment, you can then build on top of each of the main areas within the target image, things that you want to pursue in the next 6, 8 months, 1 year. These can be KPIs, these can be areas that you want to get better at within each of these areas. But keep bringing the team back to the target image. This will help focus. And the Japanese have Hoshin Kanri, which is basically the alignment all the way through the organization. And this is really what you need to do. So keep talking about the same topics and keep bringing up the target image in every discussion. Now, it's also a very interesting tool when you're confronted with many, many things to do. We know in organizations, it's always about prioritization. You will never have enough resources to achieve all the ambition that you want to achieve. Now, it's all well and good getting your teams aligned and making sure that you're on the same page. But what happens if the management above you or the other stakeholders within the operation don't have the same thinking of where you need to be? So, this next small model basically takes three areas that we many times use in project management: quality, cost, and delivery. And the idea is to try and get consensus from the peers, from the leadership, from the stakeholders as to where do they think we need to focus now. This is crucial if you want to get alignment and you want to have success in the organization. So ideally, as the model will state, and please have a look, you should be at the center. If we take these three main areas of an operation: quality, cost, and delivery, we need to decide where to focus on at the present moment. Ideally, we should be in the middle, but this is not always easy to do when a team is facing difficulties. So make sure you're aligned. So yeah, you want the best of all worlds. You want to be in the middle. But in operations, that is never really the case. Operations are always in some sort of difficulty. Either they're chasing backlog, so they need to have deliveries as the main focus, or they've just had quality issues, and that has to be the big issue, or they're just not making enough money, and it has to be cost. So that is something you have to weigh up. But if the stakeholders are not aligned, you're never going to get anywhere.